This is a new chakra for us, so welcome. Welcome to all of you. This is the first class of the sixth chakra, the third eye. And what's really interesting, hello, Wen. What's really interesting about this chakra, there's a whole bunch of stuff that's interesting, but I've heard it pronounced 5 different ways. So, and I was like, why is that? Hey, Maya. Oh, good. Oh, yeah, Jackie. It's raining, huh? So 5 different ways to pronounce this chakra. And so if you say it differently than I'm going to be saying in a class, that doesn't mean you're wrong. And I was like, why is that? So I was like, you know what? India is really big. There's a lot of people in India. So let's check that out. So in the United States, how many dialects do you think the U.S. has? Right? We've got a population of what? About 250 million people or so. So the number of dialects that we have in the U.S., depending on the number that you pull up, it's between 25 and 30 dialects. India, this is amazing, y'all. India, I was about to sit down, we're not starting seated today, has 19,500. So of course they're gonna pronounce this chakra differently based on the dialect, right? So feel yourself rooting down into the feet. So I'm going to be pronouncing it agya, agya. I've also heard it very often pronounced ajna or anya. So nice, easy, empty coat sleeves, tapping the body, swaying. And we talked briefly yesterday about the importance of having your practice be intuitive. And what's fabulous about us really digging into this even more deeply is the 6th chakra, agya, is all about intuition. Slow it down. Agya, anya, ajna, I've heard it, there were 5 different ways, I counted them up. I'm missing the 4th and 5th. So grounding the feet down. Feel yourself rooting down. We really want to plug into our first chakra as we draw energy up to our 6th. So the palms shine forward. Chin in towards the chest, standing here in your Tadasana. Feel yourself rooting down, enlivening the feet. Lift the toes, settle the toes down. So having your practice be intuitive. And the reason that this came up, start like kind of popping up and down on the feet. Shake the arms, just have the whole body just kind of get into just letting go of any tension and really feel your feet connecting down into the earth. So I was thinking yesterday's class was fun, wasn't it fun? I loved it. And we drew a lot of energy up to the throat. That was the way we wrapped up the throat chakra, Vishuddha. Okay? If you have the head, be kind of wiggly, shaking the arms. And I was like, you know what, let's look into Kundalini rising, Shakti rising, this kind of energetic, unfolding up, Sushumna, the spine. And one of the things that I read, slow it down, this was in Yoga Journal, and I can share the link to this article if y'all remind me, I'll put it in a circle. Feel the feet grounding down. Maybe the feet feel a little bit more enlivened. I've got some tingling in my hands because I was kind of flapping my hands. Feel the feet root down. And they talk about how this experience of Kundalini rising are arms reach up, lift up, take up space. Feel your feet root down. And then exhale, dive forward. First forward fold, soften those knees. Head hangs heavy. He says it's much more common, in the East than it is in Western traditions, Western people who practice yoga. And that's because very often we have a rigidity with how we show up with our practices. Very focused on alignment, very focused on following the teacher, and a little bit unplugged with listening to our own experience, listening to our own body. Head just hangs down. And then really bend those knees and ragdoll up. So my invitation to you always, 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 no matter what we're doing together, inhale those arms out and up, reach up. Stretch, up, lift up. Exhale down, is to remember that everything that I do, everything that I say, that I teach, they're just suggestions. It's up to you to decide what speaks most to your body, to your heart, to your mind, to your experience. Head relaxes down. So my invitation to you for this series in particular, inhale, arch up, halfway, flat back, is to really start embracing a more intuitive experience of these flows. Inhale those arms all the way up, reach up, lift up. And that might mean that I suggest doing one thing and you do it a little bit differently. Exhale the hands down the heart space. Or I suggest moving on and you're like, nope, not done yet. Stay in here. Awesome. You're not on camera. This is your practice. Listen to yourself. Inhale, reach up, stretch up, and exhale, dive down. Calm down, fold down, head hangs heavy. Really, again, feeling into the feet. Maybe lifting the toes, wiggling the toes, enlivening. Soften the right knee, and maybe walk the hands towards the left. You'll feel an increased engagement through the back of that left leg. Head hangs heavy. And then walk it through center and switch sides. And then walk through center. And step it back. Down dog. Walking your dog out. Heels settle down. Tail rises up. Let the head hang heavy. Another breath. And then come on down onto the knees, hands underneath the shoulders. And inhale, lift. And exhale, arch. Hey, Carol. What? That's amazing. No. Oh, it wasn't when, if you were asking, it wasn't 90,000. It was 19,500 dialects. And that includes languages as well. And this article that I read, which I want to say was in the Indian Times, said that if you call out the dialects that have less than 10,000 people who are speaking them, we inhale, we lift up, tailbone rises up, head comes up. Then the number of dialects and languages spoken in India drops down to a mere 121. Widen those knees, touch the toes, sit back, child's pose.
Palms lightly press. And if it's at all possible, let's get the forehead onto something. Okay, obviously this class is about connecting with Agya Chakra, Anya Chakra, Ajna Chakra. So if you're like, oh, the mat is so very far away, grab your block. Maybe grab 2 blocks. But do what you can to have the forehead really melt down. Close the eyes and go inside. Connecting with your sense of intuition. In Sanskrit, Agya means to command or to perceive. Breathing. So this is known, Agya Chakra. Reach those hands forward, maybe look forward, press the palms in. Come on up, curl the toes, lift the hips, down, dog. Walk your dog out. This chakra is known as the master chakra. It's the unifying chakra. Head hangs heavy, tailbone rises up. Roll the head on the neck. Another breath. And let's step that right foot forward. Warming up the legs. Right knees right over the ankle, hands frame the foot, shoulders down the back. Pour energy down that left leg, out the heel. And I mentioned this briefly yesterday. Drop that knee down. For those of you who might be new, I teach most days at 9 a.m. East Coast time. Shoulders down the back. Hips release down. And set those hips back. So I was listening to a lecture given by Anand Mehrotra, and he said something that was extremely impactful for me. You know, I've been a yoga teacher for a very long time. You know, heading into completing my 2nd decade of being a yoga teacher. I've been teaching for like 18, 19 years now. Exhale it back, toes rise up. I've been meditating even longer. And if you had asked me, even as little as like a year ago, are you seeking like an enlightened life? Are you seeking enlightenment? I would have said to you, honestly, no, not really. And the reason is, knees right over the ankle, allow those hips to release down, relax down. And again, exhaling back, toes rise up. And your hands can either frame the foot and fold over the leg, or if you'd like, you can lightly take the left hand at a diagonal, holding onto the edge of the foot, and walk your hand around a little bit, just bringing a little bit of a twist into this pose. Breathing. And it's not that, this isn't of huge appeal to me, but, the answer would have been bring the knee back. It's like, that just doesn't feel realistic. I live very much in the world. I'm a mother of 2 amazing boys who keep me very busy, sometimes stressed and less than zen. Left hand comes down, right hand onto the knee, and opening it up. I juggle a lot. I work. I take care of pets. I do all these things. And for me, I almost had, hands frame the foot, I almost had a sense of enlightenment being kind of like a Hollywood version of enlightenment. Settle the heels down. Like once you achieve enlightenment, you stay there. Head hangs heavy. Tailbone rises up. Allow the brain
to just drain. Another breath. Drop that knee down, right knee down. Foot kicks out to the side, right hand right underneath the face, and float that left arm up and lift it up. Side angle arm, really feel that beautiful stretch. And roll it down. And I guess I thought it would be an exercise in frustration, and maybe that's why I didn't do it. Why I wasn't open to considering this is a life path for me, a realistic life path. Pushing the hands into the mat, curling the toes under, pressing back. Breathing here. Float that left leg back and up. Roll the foot on the ankle. And I invite you to kind of scan yourself. And when I talk about living an enlightened life, the language that Anand uses is he talks about it being illuminated. Illuminated. Hands walk forward and dip down. And push yourself up. And dip down. Let's do 3 more. Last one. And, if you're thinking, I guess my invitation to you here, as we start to really dig into Untitled Chakra, is, have you ever considered living a more enlightened life, an illuminated life? And if you're like, Laura, what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, it means different things to each of us, right? Tailbone rises up, head hangs heavy. Another breath. And then step that left foot forward. Hands frame the foot, pouring energy down the left heel. Shoulders down the back. But at the heart of it, it's about living a life that is more authentically yours. More plugged in. It doesn't have to do anything with religion. Okay, although there is, at the heart of it, a focus on being more connected to whatever is bigger than you, bigger than us. And for some of us, it might be like the universal consciousness. It might be the quantum realm. And for some of us, yeah, it's God. Absolutely. Christian God, Hindu God, Buddha, Muhammad, whatever speaks to you from a belief standpoint. And set those hips back, toes stay down. And what Anand shared that really pivoted my belief in this is a life path that I want to walk is that, we have flashes of illumination. Exhale back, toes rise up. And yes, then we flicker back. We go back into the carpool lane. We go back to watching Netflix or whatever. Inhale it forward. And exhale it back. Folding over that leg. Because we live in the world. But it's about living more mindfully. And in my invitation, if this is something that speaks to you, exhale those hips back. And then if you like reaching across, holding onto the edge of the foot. And if you can't catch the edge of the foot, maybe holding onto the shin, the ankle, what speaks to you. And walk that leg, that hand around to the left. Is opening yourself up to this as a possibility. That's really what this class is today.
starting to maybe shift, if this is something you've never considered, starting to say, is that something that I could explore? Walking yourself forward. And then the left hand comes down, the right hand comes down, left hand onto the knee, twisting yourself open. And the invitation for this process, this practice, bringing the hands back. And then from here, wasn't this the leg we brought up? Don't we need to switch legs? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the right leg that goes back. The right leg goes back, lifts up. Whichever leg you didn't do that one. I think for me it was my right. And then we dip down. Oh, we haven't done side plank yet, have we? We'll do side plank. I'll get to it. So I invite you to kind of think about this process, this practice, as if it's a laboratory. You're just exploring. Exhale down. Inhale up. One more. Exhale down. Inhale up. And then our left knee comes down, stands out to the side, left hand right underneath the face, and float that right arm up and over. Stretch, 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 stretch. So this is an experimentation for what works for you. And the analogy that came to mind for me, rolling it down, is Thomas Edison. Come on up into your down dog. Being in the lab, trying to create a long-lasting light bulb, right? So we're in the lab, and we might do something, we get a little flicker of light, right? And then we do something else, and it lasts a little bit longer. The light stays on, illuminating our lives. Illuminating our lives. Glide forward. Breathing here in plank. And then you try something else. And maybe not so much. Maybe there's a spark, but not very much. Another breath. And lift it up. Head hangs heavy. Tailbone rises up. Head hangs down. And flip that right leg back and up. And exhale. Bring the knee towards the nose. Inhale. Lift it up. And exhale. So this class is, and you might be kind of like, I don't feel like I have the chops right now to go there. And that's fine. Life is long. Step that foot forward. This is just a question, and the answer might be, nah, not right now. It's totally fine. But for some of you, you might be like, yeah, I'm open to experiencing this process, seeing where it might take me with this. And I really invite you here and have your heart open. I invite you to see this as an exploration, right? Open your heart to this sense of this is an exploration, and I'm not sure where it will take me. I'm not sure how it will unfold. And see if you can shift into this sense of really breathing into the potential, but also breathing into just a sense of excitement. Step off onto that right foot. Both hands come down. Putting your hand on the block. If you're like, oh, the ground is so far away. Hands on the blocks, beautiful, okay? If that helps you. Fold over that leg. Step it back. And let go of expectations. Let go of the sense of how it should unfold. Because this process is about waking up our intuition, right? Remember what that person said? I can't even remember what he was. Psychologist, I don't know what he was. In that article, opening up into your Virudasana 3, have the palms be up and feel the hands be open. Because if we start scripting out, like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, this is the result I'm going to get. Right? I do that. What that does is it locks you into expectations. Straighten that leg and glide. Come on down, Trikonasana. And that turns off our intuition. You know, who's to say what, as your intuition starts waking up, as you start really perceiving life differently by, enlivening Agya Chakra. Another breath. Float on up. Viratu. We want to make sure that we hear those messages, that we're open to them. Walk it out. So first we ask ourselves, am I open to this? And if the answer is yes, which is an if the answer is yes, then just glide forward. Just allow yourself to say, I'm going to be open. I'm going to be open to see how this unfolds. Breathe. Feeling the belly. And then come on down. Ashtanga Pranam. Inhale, lift into your Bhujangasana. Elbows hug the waist. Breathing here. And then come on to the knees. Puppy dog stretch. Anahatasana. Opening the heart. What would an illuminated life look like? How would it feel? Curl the toes, lift the hips. Come on up. Head hangs heavy. And then flip that left leg back and up, stretch it up, reach it up. And step it forward, bringing that knee towards the nose. And then inhale, lift it up again. Knee towards nose. Last time. And step forward into your Vira 1. And really, starting here, I don't know how long we'll be here in the 6th chakra. We were in the Vishuddha, for those of you who were with us, you know this. We were in Vishuddha for weeks. I want to say it was like over 3 weeks, which was awesome. I loved it. It was a really deep dive. Breathing here in your Vira 1. And again, open the heart. Open the heart to possibility. And then hands go forward, coming into your standing split. And starting to just kind of explore, what is my relationship with my intuition? And there's a possibility that you're going to be like, my what? There's a possibility this feels very new. Step it back. Open up. Vera 1. And that's okay. No matter where you are on this journey, you're in the right space. And then open it up into your Virabhadrasana 2. Palms are up. Feel yourself opening up. Another breath. Straighten that leg and glide into your Trikonasana. Another breath. And float on up. Vera 2. And then hands either side of the foot, come on down. Walk your dog out. Head hangs heavy, tailbone rises up. Right, nice falling out breath. Another breath. And glide forward. Remembering you can always come down into your child's pose or rest in down dog. For those who want to flow through a vinyasa, breathing here in your plank. Energy rising up in the belly. Then come on down. The sound, the seed sound for Agya is Om. Om. The element is light. Hugging the elbows back towards the waist. And again, listening to your body, close your eyes. What does your cobra look like? Is it a baby cobra? Does it have more height? And let go of the ego and just listen to the body. And if you feel really divorced from your intuition, I invite you to have the first step back, being listening to the body. Listening to the body. On down. Plug the hands into the earth. Push it back. Widen the knees. Touch the toes. Sit back. Scanning the body. Having that be maybe part of your practice, your initial practice. Scanning the body. What happens when I do something that's out of alignment with what's right for me? Do my shoulders clench? Does my stomach drop? Does my neck get tight? What happens? Because that's your body sending you a message. It's one of the ways that we can connect to our sense of intuition. Another breath. And then coming up to a seat. And taking a nice easy seat on a block or on a cushion. And we're going to do Kapalabhati, which is the skull shining breath. And we're going to really draw energy up to the third eye. So if you have high blood pressure, or if you have, if you're pregnant, if you're on your first couple of days of your cycle, I would encourage you to just really breathe into the third eye, or you can do something else. Connect to your intuition. Be like, I'm going to do whatever else, okay? For those of us who are going to do this practice, bring your Anjali Mudra, palms together, to the third eye, okay? Roll the eyes up and in Sambhavi Mudra. And then we're going to practice the breath of fire, Kapalabhati. And as we do this, I invite you to really draw energy up to the third eye. We're rolling the eyes up and in, drawing energy up. So as if there's like a sun in the belly, and the heat and the light of that sun rises the energy up to the third eye, okay? We'll do this for about a minute. Again, eyes are rolled up and in. And if you're not familiar with Kapalabhati, what you do with Kapalabhati is it's a really forceful exhale through the nose, and then a passive inhale. So it's a, and it's gonna make you feel hot. If you're starting to feel hot, you're doing it right. Eyes are rolled up and in. You're looking up in Sambhavi Mudra. Focus the attention on the third eye. And this might make you cough, so if it makes you cough, drink some water and keep going. It will settle down. Another 10. And hands remain at the third eye, rolling the eyes up and in. And feel yourself channeling energy up. And envision a bright light at the third eye, shining. The color is indigo, a beautiful, luminous, bright light shining. Another breath, and then flip the hands down. And breathe. Eyes remain closed, rolled up and in. And breathing here, feeling that light, that fire that you've stoked, drawing light up into Agya Chakra, the command center, the master center of our chakras. Another breath. And then coming down onto the back. And again, I invite you here to intuitively think about what the body needs before we settle down into Shavasana. So closing the eyes and listening to the body. What would you like to do? What is the body asking for? Going inside and listening. And if you're pulling a blank, you can open your eyes and see what I'm doing, but I'm going to be silent for those who are listening to your own voice. I don't want to distract you. connecting with your intuition, listening to the body. And your affirmation here can be, I welcome a deeper connection to my intuition. I welcome a deeper connection to my intuition. I welcome a deeper connection to my intuition. I listen to my body. Another minute or so before we go into Shavasana. And if you feel complete, you can go into Shavasana right now. It's your practice, right? And then as you feel ready, just relaxing down into your Shavasana. Closing the eyes, going inside. Feet flap open, palms circle. Feeling yourself held by Mother Earth, knowing that you can let go, you can totally relax, dipping down into silence.
is called Awakening Now. And Dana Falls writes, why wait for your awakening? The moment your eyes are open, seize the day. Would you hold back when the beloved beckons? Would you deliver your litany of sins like a child's collection of seashells, prized and labeled? No, I can't step across the threshold, you say, eyes downcast. I'm not worthy, I'm afraid, and my motives aren't pure. I'm not perfect. Surely, I haven't practiced nearly enough. My meditation isn't deep, and my prayers are sometimes insincere. I still chew my fingernails, and the refrigerator isn't clean. Do you value your reasons for staying small more than the light shining through the open door? Forgive yourself. Now is the only time you have to be whole. Now is the sole moment that exists to live in the light of your true self. Perfection is not a prerequisite for anything but pain. Please, oh please, don't continue to believe in your disbelief. This is the day of your awakening. So as you're exploring your path forward, this is a question for you to ask yourself. Do you value your reasons for staying small more than the light shining through the open door? Forgive yourself. Now is the only time you have to be whole. So as you're ready, bring your movement back into the body. Wiggling fingers and toes. Listening to the body. How does the body want to reconnect with movement? Leaving the eyes closed and just moving intuitively. And then as you're ready, rolling over onto the right side, cradling the heart, wrapping the arms around yourself, and just rock it out. Sending yourself so much love. And then carefully press yourself up into an easy seat. Nice tall spine. Bringing the hands together. Base of the thumbs lightly touch Agya Chakra, Anjali Mudra. And breathe here, and we'll Om out, really rolling the eyes up and in, connecting to